Hi, everybody. It's Old Dude again, coming at you with another liquid quick tip. You know, the more I study liquid, the more I experiment with this dance form that started out as therapy that I've come kind of addicted to doing, the more I realize that the beauty and power of the dance form is in the subtlety of the movements. When I first started practicing it, of course, I was into the big movements, that we do, the basic movements that everyone should do, like, what I'm doing here, the tunneling, the flower movement, this one, of course, the basic hand flow movement, but as I became proficient in that, I began to study the little things, the little subtleties. And one thing I discovered was uh, a lot of things are based on the square, kind of outlining that little square. And so what I started doing, instead of doing like a big movement, concentrating on a big movement, with the hands here, I said, well, how can I trace that square, and make it more subtle? And so one of the exercises I started, working with the ordinary tube of saran wrap, was just kind of isolating, this one hand, just as it just goes up above here, and then putting it down, and then bringing it up, peeking over, and putting it down, and just focusing, on that to the point where I bring my hand away now, and still just kind of trace it. Now, when you're doing this movement, the important thing I think to focus on, is what's happening down here. It's almost like something is lifting you up over this invisible square here, is lifting you up and go down. And it lifts you up and you go down. Try to keep it as straight as possible. I know I'm not doing it. It does take practice to do it. But just kind of being aware of that little subtle shift. As your arm goes up and then it goes down. Then it goes up and then it goes down. When you, I guess when you're putting together your dance routines, this is just kind of something that you can do, in between movements, because a dance routine, is composed of, large complex movements, like this one, and also little subtle movements like this one. Like you might have a point in the song where you're not doing very much. It's in a transitional mode, and maybe there's a strong rhythmic beat, and all you have, is the drum beating or something like that. So this is just something, to practice subtlety. And the great thing about it is it's something that you can what I love about it is it's something that you can pretty much practice anywhere. It's you don't need to be in a dance studio, necessarily in front of a mirror to do this. I recall one time I was on the bus, just kind of waiting for the bus, and just doing this movement, doing 10 here on the right hand and 10 here, on the left hand, and then, doing them together like this, or doing one, and then the other, and then both, going up, boom, 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 up, boom, boom, boom. So you got a whole bunch of invisible squares, and what's great about this movement is when you get proficient at it, you can just kind of do this kind of tracing motion in the air. I mean, as you can see here, I have the illusion of tracing, two boxes. And I'm not even, I'm not doing very much, with the movement other than, moving my hand up and down, coming here, and then coming here, and then coming back here. So that's just, one thing, simple isolation, but it's something about the little things that make your big things look even bigger and better. If you agree, comment, like the video, download it, whatever you want to do. This is Old Dude with another liquid tip, this time on simple isolation.